President Bola Tinubu renews his push for the creation of state police. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will enter the final phase of their preparation for the African Cup of Nations, and the Kennedy Center in US has been renamed Trump Kennedy Center. My name is Oluchi Ojobamidele. Welcome to TV Sapienza News. President Bola Tinubu renews his push for the creation of state police, revealing that he had assured the United States and European partners that he will implement state police. Tinubu noted that state police must happen as part of efforts to improve internal security and to strengthen governance at the subnational level. The president, who said this at the 14th National Caucus meeting of the APC at the State House Conference Center, Abuja, also insisted that local government autonomy must work in practical terms, urging governors to stop withholding funds meant for council chairpersons. He told party leaders that the APC, as a majority party, must show leadership through reconciliation, accommodation, and flexibility at the grassroots level, urging governors and other stakeholders to take responsibility for what happens in their states and local governments. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has disclosed plans to venture into refinery ownership, subject to regulatory approval. This, they said, will be part of efforts to deepen domestic refining and to reduce Nigerians' reliance on imported petroleum products. The association also directed its members nationwide to prioritize the purchase of premium motor spirits from the Dangote petroleum refinery, describing the move as critical to strengthening local refining, stabilizing fuel supply, and supporting ongoing reforms in the downstream petroleum sector. The IPMAN National President Abubakar Shetima stated this during a press conference on Thursday in Abuja, while reacting to recent developments in the oil and gas sector, which culminated in a change of leadership at the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, also the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. Shetima also revealed a growing partnership between the association and the Dangote Petroleum Refinery to boost petrol supply nationwide. The IPMAN president also called for policies that will enable independent marketers to own and operate refineries in Nigeria rather than relying on fuel imports. The commander of the National Safe School Response and Coordination Center, Assistant Commandant General Emmanuel Ocheja, says Safe Schools initiative has recorded a sharp rise in school registrations. According to him, this reflects growing concerns over the safety of students amid an alarming increase in school kidnappings, particularly in rural areas. Ocheja said the total number of registered schools has now reached 14,685, a significant increase of over 3,000 from the 11,550 schools recorded just a month ago. Meanwhile, the Delta State Police Command has embarked on a proactive school protection initiative aimed at strengthening security in public and private educational institutions across the state. As part of the initiative, the command has engaged heads of public and private schools in a strategic security meeting designed to frontally combat insecurity within school environments. The Safe Schools initiative, which was launched in 2014 following the abduction of over 200 schoolgirls in Chibok, was designed to protect schools from such attacks. A Federal Capital Territory High Court sitting in Gwarinpa, Abuja, has ordered the former Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, to continue to enjoy the administrative bail earlier granted him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, albeit with fresh conditions. Justice Marian Hassan gave the order yesterday while ruling on the bail application filed by Ngige. The court directed Ngige to produce a surety who must be a serving director in the federal government and own a landed property within this Federal Capital Territory. The surety is also required to deposit the title documents of the property along with his travel documents within the court. Justice Hassan further ordered that Ngige be barred from traveling outside the country pending the retrieval of his international passport, which he claimed was stolen in the United Kingdom. Although the EFCC had earlier granted Ngige administrative bail on self-recognition, the court ruled that he should remain at the Kuje Correctional Center pending the perfection of the bail conditions. However, the matter was adjourned to January 28 and 29 for trial. The All Progressives Congress APC national leadership has given an ultimatum of January 30, 2026 for all members of the party to do the compulsory electronic membership registration. APC's national chairman, Yewata, announced this during the 14th meeting of the party's national caucus held at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. Yewata said the activation of electronic membership registration system, which had already started, will enhance transparency, data integrity, and internal democracy. He said this will assure all the new members that they have all the rights and privileges within the party, and to urge them to capitalize on the nationwide membership registration and also register their supporters. The Office of the National Security Advisor has written to state governors calling for heightened security preparedness ahead of this festive season. The communication to the state governors was confirmed in the communique issued by the Nigerian Governors Forum at the end of its 7th meeting of 2025, held at its headquarters on Lake Chad Street, Abuja, yesterday. The communique signed by the Nigerian Governors Forum Chairman and Governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, was read by the Governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun. He said governors are committed to strengthening interagency coordination, protecting critical infrastructure, and maintaining a visible security presence in identified hotspots to ensure a safe, incident-free festive period nationwide. The NGF also noted the outcome of the 3rd edition of the Primary Healthcare Leadership Challenge Awards, held on 12th of December 2025, which recognized 13 states for outstanding progress in strengthening primary healthcare systems. The governors further pledged to ensure the proper and effective use of funds under the Nigerian Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus Program. Meanwhile, ahead of the Yuletide celebration, the Federal Capital Territory Police Command has deployed 202 personnel across the territory to secure places of worship, recreational center, major highways, motor parks, and other public spaces. We'll take a short break, but the news will return after this break. Please stay with us on TV Sapienza News. Welcome back to the news. The Abia State government, in collaboration with the Abia State Diaspora Commission, has commenced Abia State Global Medical Mission 2025, a week-long initiative providing surgeries and medical consultations across 5 designated centers in the state. The medical mission, which ends today, is taking place at Abia Specialist Hospital, Aba Road, Umuahia, Uzuakoli Methodist Hospital, Seventh-day Adventist Hospital, Obo Hill, Aba, Ahieke PHC, and Okokitem Health Center. Speaking at the Abia State Specialist Hospital, Umuahia, after visiting some outreach centers, the State Commissioner for Health, Professor Enoch Uche, said Governor Alex Oti launched the initiative as part of his transformative agenda. Professor Uche disclosed that the outreach comprised 3 components: free medical consultations, collaborations with global health organizations, and health insurance. He lauded the governor's commitment to healthcare delivery, noting that he was recently recognized as a top performer in primary healthcare in the Southeast Zone and among the 6 top-performing governors in the country. Away from Nigeria, we move to foreign scene, where South African authorities said they had arrested 7 Kenyan nationals working illegally on the processing of refugee applications for the United States government and will proceed with their deportation. President Donald Trump's government aims to bring thousands of white South Africans to the United States under a resettlement program it started this year based on claims that they are victims of racial persecution. However, South Africa's government strongly denies this. According to U.S. Embassy website, processing for the refugee program in South Africa is being done by Amerikaners, a group led by white South Africans, and RSC Africa, a Kenya-based refugee support center operated by Church World Service. South Africa's Ministry of Home Affairs in a statement said the Kenyans had entered South Africa on tourist visas and illegally taken up work at a processing center, despite the fact that earlier visa applications for Kenyan nationals to do this work had been denied. It further said the 7 were arrested during an operation on Tuesday and has been issued with deportation orders. Still on the foreign news, the Kennedy Center, named after slain U.S. President John F. Kennedy, will be renamed the Trump Kennedy Center after a vote by its board, which Trump himself handpicked earlier this year, the White House said. Effectively renaming the iconic center after himself in the culmination of the 79-year-old Republican's drive to overhaul an institution he previously branded as too woke. It also comes amid other schemes, such as demolishing the White House East Wing in order to install a $400 million ballroom and announcing the construction of a large triumphal arch. And now to sports, where the Super Eagles of Nigeria will enter the final phase of their preparations for the African Cup of Nations as players and officials depart from Cairo, Egypt to face Morocco. The pre-tournament camp in Egypt featured intensive training sessions and a high-profile friendly against the 7-time African champions. Nigeria will be based in first for the group stage of the competition, where they have been joining Group C alongside Tanzania, Tunisia, and Uganda. The Super Eagles will begin their campaign against Tanzania on Tuesday, which is 23rd of December, followed by matches against Tunisia on the 27th of December and Uganda on the 30th of December. Still on sports, Everton midfielder Jack Grealish has overlooked Arsenal winger Bukayo Saka and Chelsea star Cole Palmer when identifying the most skillful players in the English Premier League. Grealish, currently on loan at Everton from Manchester City, named his 2 first teammates, Liman Ndiaye, as the most skillful player. In a recent podcast on Star Sport, the England international stated Saka, for example, is so good, one of the best wingers in the world, but he is not skillful, adding that Palmer has pure skills. Ndiaye has scored 4 goals and provided 2 assists in 18 matches across all competitions for Everton this season. To end the news, here are our major news headlines for today. President Bola Tinubu renews his push for the creation of state police, revealing that he had assured the United States and European partners that he will implement state police. The Kennedy Center, named after slain U.S. President John F. Kennedy, will be renamed the Trump Kennedy Center after a vote by its board, which Trump himself handpicked earlier this year, the White House said. And Super Eagles of Nigeria will enter the final phase of their preparations for the African Cup of Nations AFCON as players and officials depart from Cairo, Egypt to face Morocco. That was the TV Sapienza News. On behalf of the technical and the editorial crew, my name is Oluchi Ojo Bamdeli. Thank you for choosing TV Sapienza.